Armstrong, the all-American boy.
Wave the flag for Hudson High, boys. Show them how we stand. Ever shall our team be champions, known throughout the land.
Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions, bring you the thrilling adventures of Jack Armstrong, the all-American boy. You know, if you had to go the same places and do exactly the same things day in and day out, it'd get plenty monotonous, wouldn't it? It's variety that really puts the spice in life. And it's pretty much the same way with breakfast. The same old breakfast morning after morning is bound to get tiresome and monotonous, isn't it? But here's a mighty swell plan that gives you a different breakfast every morning, and mighty good tasting dishes, too. Yes, it's as simple as falling off the well-known log. Just put in your bid for a breakfast of champions every morning. But you're probably asking how that will give you a different breakfast every day. Well, let's say that this morning you had Wheaties, milk, and bananas. Okay, then you'll want a different breakfast tomorrow morning. So ask Mother to fix you a glass of orange juice with your Wheaties and milk or cream. Then, day after tomorrow, you'll probably go for some nice, juicy canned peaches on your Wheaties, and so on. Why, say, there's just about no limit to the number of keen combinations of Wheaties, milk, and fruit or fruit juice you can think of. And every one of them is a real breakfast of champions. I don't know of any other breakfast dish that hands out so much real pleasure as this champion meal of whole wheat milk and fruit. It's got a flavor that's almost a cinch to hit the bullseye with your appetite. So for some downright delicious eating, ask Mother to get you a good supply of Wheaties right away and serve you a big, nourishing breakfast of champions every morning from now on. And now, Jack Armstrong, the all-American boy. Jack and Billy and the Filipino Michelle are in an old abandoned gold mine in the mountains of Luzon in the Philippines. With them is Blackbeard, from whom they've just taken an important chart in a luminous ring which he stole from Uncle Jim. As they keep Blackbeard in a circle of light from Jack's flashlight, Billy sees two figures enter the mine. Right now, everyone is looking tensely at the entrance of the mine, trying to determine whether the new arrivals are the adventurers, Dr. Geppetto and Lazaro, come to help Blackbeard, or whether they are Uncle Jim and Betty, come to help Jack and Billy. Listen.
Who are they, Jack? Can you see?
I can just see the silhouette of one man, Billy. The other person's behind him.
Wait, they're coming in. They'll be in here in just a second. If those two are Geppetto and Lazaro, we've got to do something. We've got to get away.
The only way we can escape is to go further into the mine, Billy.
Well, we'd better get started.
Get out of the way, Blackbeard.
Oh, no, you don't, Billy. I got you blocked. Damn my backstaff, I have it. You'll wait right here till my two friends, Geppetto and Lazaro, get here. Then maybe you'll hand back that chart and ring you took away.
Come on, Jack. Come on, Michelle. Let's rush him. We can get by him and hide somewhere in the mine.
We're going to rush him, Michelle. You don't want Geppetto to catch you.
Why, he's going to catch you, Michelle. Rattle my rat lines if he ain't. You'll be sorry you deserted ship on us.
Come on, Jack. What are we waiting for? We've only got a few seconds to get away.
Hold it, Billy. That's not Geppetto coming. That's Uncle Jim. And there's Betty behind him. Hi, Uncle Jim.
Are you there, Jack? Are Billy and Michelle with you?
I'm with him, Uncle Jim, and so's Michelle.
And that isn't all. We've got Blackbeard with us.
Oh, you've got Blackbeard. That's splendid. Did you get the chart and the ring from it?
You bet we did, Uncle Jim. It took the three of us to do it, but we got him. Hiya, Betty.
Oh, hello, Jack. Hello, Billy and Michelle. Oh, we were so worried when Geppetto and Lazaro got away. We were afraid they'd get to you before we did. We rushed and slid down the mountain as fast as we could.
But where are Geppetto and Lazaro? The last we saw them, they were coming down the mountain after us.
They were afraid of those steep cliffs. They were afraid to come straight down the way you did.
And the way we did, too, Uncle Jim.
That's right, Betty. You're a first-class mountain climber now. Geppetto and Lazaro took a longer way, but they'll be here in a minute or two. They're hot on your tracks.
Jump on Jiminy. Then they'll trap us right here in this mine, and they're armed.
They'll do anything now to get that chart and ring.
But maybe they won't know that we're in here.
They'll know, Billy. They'll know the same way I knew, by following your footprints.
Have we time to get out of here, Uncle Jim, before they arrive?
Not a chance, Jack. They're at the foot of the mountain now. They'll be here in just a minute. We've got to hide inside this mine.
Jump on crickets, and here we've got Blackbeard with us. He's going to be a big help.
I'll take care of Blackbeard if he tries to get us away. You hear that, Blackbeard?
Why, split my courses, Captain Fairfield. I wouldn't give you away.
Oh, no, you wouldn't give us away. Why, Blackbeard, you've double-crossed us every time you ever had a chance. Don't trust him for a second, Uncle Jim.
Of course I won't trust him, Billy. And if he shouts or anything,
I think we can make things very unpleasant for him. Now, Jack, what have you found out about this old abandoned gold mine? How far in does it go?
I don't know. This is as far as we've gone, Uncle Jim. This is where we found Blackbeard. He didn't have a flashlight, so he was afraid to go any further.
Looks as though this old mine goes way into the mountain. We've got to get deeper in before Geppetto and Lazaro arrive. Hand me the light, Jack. I'll flash it ahead. Blackbeard, you go first where we can keep an eye on you. Michelle, you go last and keep an eye out behind for any sign of Geppetto. Jack, you and Betty and Billy stick close to me. Come on.
How did Geppetto and Lazaro get away from the Negritos, Uncle Jim?
They bribed the Negritos with presents before the Negrito chief got to them. As soon as I saw what had happened, Betty and I started down the mountain to warn you.
Gosh, I sure wish you had brought that tribe of Negritos with you, Uncle Jim.
You'd never get them to come down in the valleys, Billy. They live only in the mountaintops.
Look, Uncle Jim. The mine splits into two tunnels. One fork goes to the left and one to the right.
The left-hand fork is the largest, Jack. We'll take that. Take the left-hand heading, Blackbeard.
Aye, aye, Captain Fairfield.
Look, Uncle Jim. Blackbeard has stopped.
What's the matter, Blackbeard?
Why, rip my royals, Captain Fairfield. I can't go on into this dark tunnel until you get here with your flashlight.
All right, Blackbeard. Here, I can shine the light ahead of you now. It's all clear going except for the old narrow gauge track on the tunnel floor. Keep moving.
Aye, aye, Captain Fairfield. An affair makes a man nervous to find himself in a dark hole in the ground with a whole mountain on top of him.
Uncle Jim, look back toward the entrance.
What is it, Jack?
Oh, I see.
It's Geppetto and Lazaro.
See them, Billy? Way down the tunnel. They just entered the mine.
I see them, Betty. I see them against that spot of daylight.
Look, Billy, they've got a flashlight, too. See them flash it around the sides of the tunnel?
They're flashing it on the ground now. They're looking for our tracks.
They'll find them easily enough. Yep, they know we're somewhere ahead.
Keep moving, Blackbeard. Come on, you three. We've got to find some side heading we can slip into.
Oh, if only they weren't armed, Uncle Jim. We could handle them easily, even with Blackbeard here.
Well, they are armed, Jack, so we've got to take that into account.
Look, Uncle Jim. There's a small side tunnel going off to the right, and there's another one to the left. Why, we could slip into one of those.
They'd spot our footprints, Billy, with their flashlight.
But they can track us wherever we go.
I'm hoping we'll find a rock floor to the tunnel soon, instead of this mushy stuff. Then they can't see our tracks. We can duck into one of these headings that branch off on either side.
Gee whiz, Jack. If we don't get a rock floor pretty soon, we're going to be out of luck in a big way.
We'll be out of luck if Blackbeard doesn't walk faster, too. He's walking slowly on purpose.
Get a move on you, Blackbeard.
I'll ram you on a reef, Captain Fairfield. It's hard to see. I can't move any faster.
Oh, Blackbeard has stumbled.
There you are, Captain Fairfield. Do you see what happens when I try to walk faster?
Pick yourself up, Blackbeard, and get going.
Oh, I think my ankle's sprained. Why, it's fair snapped in two. Spliced my bobstay of it in.
Your ankle isn't sprained, Blackbeard. You're faking the whole thing just so we'll have to leave you here.
Why, Jack, you don't think that
He's just trying to delay us, Uncle Jim. He's just trying to hold us up so that Geppetto and Lazaro can overtake us.
Oh, let's leave him here, Uncle Jim. Let's leave him and get on.
No, Betty, we won't leave him here. He'd follow us and see where we went and tell Geppetto.
But gosh, all hemlock, Uncle Jim, we can't carry Blackbeard.
No, Billy, we can't carry him. So Michelle and I'll stay with him.
Stay with him?
That's right. We'll stay here with him.
Well, now, Captain Fairfield, that's mighty decent of you. Bury him a rail if it ain't.
Of course, Blackbeard, we'll tie you up first. Jack and Billy and Betty will go ahead with the chart and the ring, and you and Michelle and I'll block the tunnel.
Why, hold me down to rail, Captain Fairfield. They'll start shooting if you block off the tunnel.
I expect they will, Blackbeard. But you'll be in front of Michelle and me.
What's that?
You'll protect Michelle and me from any bullets, Blackbeard. And you'll be all tied up.
Now, Captain Fairfield, maybe my ankle's not so badly hurt. Maybe it's only sprained a little. Well, what do you know about that? I can walk on it. It takes nerve, but Blackbeard was never a man to mind pain.
Now, no more foolishness from you, Blackbeard. Go on ahead there and keep moving. Move fast. If Geppetto and Lazaro close in with us, I promise that you won't do so well.
Aye, aye, Captain Fairfield. I'll set you a good pace. You see if I don't. If you'll kindly shine that light ahead of me so I can see, I'll move on. Thank you, sir.
My, I never saw a sprained ankle heal so quickly in all my life.
You sure can handle Blackbeard, Uncle Jim.
Boy, I'll say you can.
Geppetto and Lazaro aren't going to be so easy to handle. And as long as we leave tracks on the tunnel floor, they'll know just where we are.
We certainly are getting deep under the mountain, Uncle Jim.
Look, Jack. There are a lot of small tunnels going to the right and left of us.
They use those headings to hunt for veins of gold, Billy.
Golly sakes, if we could only walk without leaving footprints, we could slip into one of those headings and wait until Geppetto and Lazaro went by.
Uncle Jim, I've got an idea.
Shoot, Jack. My ideas aren't working out so well.
We're going to be trapped if we keep on this way. No matter where we hide, they'll probably be able to follow us. That is, as long as they have their flashlight.
I get you, Jack. You mean...
I mean this. If we can smash their flashlight, they can't see a thing. Without their flashlight, they're helpless. The best they can do will be to feel their way back out of the mine.
So far, so good, Jack. How are you going to smash their flashlight without getting dangerously close to them?
I got that figured out, Uncle Jim. Look at these small tunnels which shoot off at right angles to the main tunnel. Billy and I can hide in one of them. As Geppetto and Lazaro go by, we'll smash their light with a stone. We'll get away in the darkness before they know what's happened.
That's a wonderful idea, Jack.
You've got something there, Jack. If they haven't any light, there's nothing they can do. Why, it's as black as night here without a light. They'll be lucky to find their way out again. How about it? It's our only chance, Uncle Jim. We may come to the end of this mine any minute. Then we will be in a bad way.
It's risky, Jack. But then anything we do is risky now. We've got to take chances if we're going to hang on to that chart and ring.
And you'll let us try it?
Yes, you and Billy can try it, Jack. But I want Michelle with you, too. And if anything goes wrong, there'll be three of you against Geppetto and Lazaro. I'll walk ahead with Betty and Blackbeard, so Geppetto won't suspect anything as he follows us.
Why, blow me, golly, West Captain Fairfield. You don't plan to douse the chief's light and leave him in this lone, dark, underground mine in teetotal darkness.
I know how sorry you'll feel for them, Blackbeard, but they'll live through the darkness.
There's a dandy place for Billy and Michelle and me to hide right ahead, Uncle Jim. That little tunnel there.
It looks all right, Jack.
And there are some rocks there, too, Jack. Everything we need.
Here we are at the tunnel, Billy. It's just large enough for the three of us to hide away in the darkness until they come by.
Take a sharp look around, Jack. It'll be pitch dark here after we go ahead with the light.
I've got everything in my mind, Uncle Jim. As Geppetto and Lazaro come by, we'll smash their light with a rock, and then we'll dash out and run up ahead to join you. They'll be too surprised to do anything for a second, and then they'll have to grope around in the dark.
It sounds all right, Jack. I won't be too far ahead. If you get in trouble, I'll be back. But you'd better give me that chart and the ring before I leave you.
Here they are, Uncle Jim. Say, look at the ring shine in this dark tunnel. And here's a little chart all folded up.
Oh, be careful, Jack, won't you? Both you and Billy. I'll be just dying of suspense until you get back to us.
We'll take care of ourselves, Betty. You and Uncle Jim keep an eye on Blackbeard.
Billy, Michelle, step in here with me. Geppetto and Lazaro are coming. See their light back there?
Jump on Jiminy. There they are, all right.
Keep moving, Blackbeard. Come on, Betty. We'll walk ahead with our flashlight. They'll never suspect that Jack and Billy and Michelle are hiding to one side of the main digging.
All set, Billy?
You bet, Jack.
On your toes, then. We can't afford to miss. Quiet. Here they come.
Say, that's a long chance Jack and Billy and Michelle are taking. Can they smash Geppetto's flashlight and get safely back to Uncle Jim? If they don't, they'll be in a bad way. But say, suppose they do. How will they be able to get out of that old mine with Geppetto and Lazaro lurking near the entrance? There's an exciting adventure coming up in that old abandoned mine in the Philippines. So be sure to listen in, all of you, at this same time next Monday for another thrilling episode of The Country of the Headhunters with Jack Armstrong, the All-American Boy. Look, if you've got a package of Wheaties on hand, you're all set for some swell breakfast this weekend. But if your supply of those extra satisfying whole wheat flakes is a little low, I'd suggest that you remind Mother to put Wheaties, W-H-E-A-T-I-E-S, right at the top of her grocery list. Do it right now, won't you?
Have you tried Wheaties? They're whole wheat with all of the bran. Won't you try Wheaties?
This is Franklin McCormick saying goodbye till Monday for General Mills, makers of Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions, who have just presented another episode of Jack Armstrong, the All-American Boy.
The best breakfast food in the land with the Piper Hudson High